milked. That's it. When they lay down.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we are with Mr. Peter Kane. Mr. Peter Kane from Montrose, Pennsylvania, and he is a renowned farmer here. And today we're going to learn from Mr. Peter Kane about his life, because Mr. Peter Kane operated a very large farming house in Pennsylvania, Montrose. And we are very proud to introduce Mr. Peter Kane, and we're going to learn real American life from Mr. Peter Kane. We would like to welcome Mr. Peter Kane.
Hello, everybody.
Sir.
Welcome to Montrose. Lived here all my life. I was born in 1956. My grandfather bought the farm in 1922, so I'm the third generation here. We have cattle, sheep, and even some donkeys. I enjoy being around livestock. I like riding four-wheelers and motorcycles. Spending time with friends in the backyard. Like my beer. My family, my mother's side of the family came from France in the late 1800s. My father is kind of unknown. I believe they immigrated from Canada, from Ireland. Kane is Irish. Anybody have any questions?
Just we want to know, in your early age, your childhood here, how was the schooling system in Montrose, how you used to go to school, and then in what age you got involved in this farming business?
Been a farmer all my life. When I was old enough to push a broom, I was working, probably 3 or 4 years old. Always helped my father, building fence and working the land. Attended Montrose High School, graduated in 1974. The bus picked us up right here at the end of the driveway. I don't know, I guess it was probably as good as any.
So how many siblings you guys have?
I have one younger brother and one younger sister. My mother almost made it to her 100th birthday. She died a month ago, but she had a long, good run at it. My father died in 1982. He was quite ill. I took over the farm in 1982.
So what's your brother and sister's name?
My brother Marty, he was in the military most of his life. And my sister Nancy always worked for the airports. They both done quite well for themselves.
So we heard that before, when your father's time, you guys do manually milking, but you, when you start this business, eventually you move to, you know, little bit advanced technology. You have a now machine for milking and other facilities. So can you give us a little bit descriptions of, you know, the differences between that time and now? How the things is you feel about it?
Well, when I started it, we were using pail milkers and shipping the milk in milk cans. So things have changed quite a lot. Now it's pipeline milkers and the bulk tanks. The trucks look similar to a gas delivery truck. It's a stainless tank, and they pick the milk up here, weigh it, and test it. And my milk goes to Waverly to be processed into cheese. I guess it goes to a lot of different markets. I don't know. I have mostly Holstein cows, some mixed breed, some Jerseys. I like working with animals.
Yeah, and we observed that from early morning, even after the sunset, you busy working, manage a huge industry, and your property is so huge. So running around and doing those stuffs, you know, maintaining, managing is a big business. What do you feel? Like, I'm asking you from the life perspective, and at the same time you have to take care of your family, you have your wife, you are very close to you was close to your mother, and you are very close to your brother and sisters, doing everything. How you manage?
It beats you down. It beats you down, Rabbi. But I like I said, I enjoy being with the animals.
And also we learn from local community, you are a very famous, popular personality, and at the same time you are involved in local politics. So, you know, from your perspective, your own view and thoughts, what do you think about America, and what your message to Americans that how they should prepare, you know, they will to be a successful personality like you?
I hate to be such a pessimist, but I don't have too much hope for the future. They say that the country's turning socialist, and I don't buy it. It seems to be more fascist than socialist. I think it's taken a dangerous parallel with Nazi Germany. They're trying to clamp down on guns. We're giving up our freedoms and rights one after another. And the gun issue isn't violence in the streets. The gun issue is being able to protect yourself from an over-bloated government. And it's been proven in history, just about every country that gave up their guns, they would face a mass genocide inside of 100 years because the people were unable to defend themselves.
So when we go around the town, we learn from the peoples there, and they say they have a very good impressions about you. A lot of people say you are a big-hearted person and you have a big acceptance, and that's why you married a foreign nationalities. So being a native, you know, that's what, like, people we know, being a white neck, married a outsider. What do you feel like, you know, how you became such an open, you know, I understand that you live in a very wide area. Maybe that makes your heart is so big. Is it really that makes a big heart, or as a human, as a person, that's how you are built in? can you give us a little bit, your view about?
Guess I have everybody fooled, even you. I don't look at it that way. I try to be a friend and good neighbor to all. People here are very helpful in the country. If you needed a hand with something, if you needed gasoline, anything like that, they'd gladly help you out. I have good neighbors. Like I said, I try to be a good neighbor to all.
So you said in our early conversation that the key of success is hardworking, but that way you manage everything, being a hardworking person. Can you give a little bit message how the new generation, American generation, could be a hardworking Americans?
Hardworking is a big plus, but you have to have a certain amount of luck to go along with it. Be in the right place at the right time.
Can you please, we have some technical problems. Can you just say about for the American to be a hardworking, how they could be a hardworking and how it makes a big difference in their life and make a difference for America?
Well, I came up the old way, like I said, I started working at 3-4 years old and always worked hard, but you have to have a certain degree of luck involved. It's not only skill, but a certain amount of luck, hitting markets right, opportunities, just different things. I think a lot of today's youth have lost it. They want it fast, immediate, and now. See big money. It's terribly difficult to find labor on the farms, too. Pile of the help are Mexicans. They're willing to work and do the dirty jobs. Like I said, a lot of the big dairies are Mexicans. Don't know what else to say.
So we saw, and viewers, definitely you guys will see, will show you, Mr. Peter Kane got so many vehicles in his collections. Beside that, he drive so many heavy equipments, including four-wheeler. So Mr. Peter, can you say us which one is your favorite vehicle?
Vehicle? I like the 955 Caterpillar. That'll go anywhere. Yeah, the stone quarries, cleaning up walls and stumps and all that.
So that is your another business?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
So can you just describe us about your stone quarry and how the things here, that's located in Pennsylvania or some other places out of Pennsylvania?
No, the quarry's located on the farm. It's sawed into pattern rock. Then I was bringing in rock crushers to smash down the waste rock. A lot of the stone was shipped to New York and New Jersey, maybe as far away as Florida. I guess some of it even ended up in Washington, D.C. But that's a rough business, too.
So being a typical farmer, and you are also in a stone business, it doesn't make any complications to, or there is no conflict in between two?
Well, I always like to wear 10 different hats. If, I couldn't make it in the milk business, I'd go work at the stone, logging.
Seed.
I have a seed business, too. Sheep and
Peter, blue stone is famous here.
Yeah. So we was there, Mr. Peter was talking about if there is any conflict being a typical farmer and being a stone business person. So how you see those two things?
No, it's not a conflict. It's maybe more of a necessity. Like I said, if things go south in the milk business, I go more to beef, logging, stone business, wall stones. I'll even haul junk cars, anything for $1, I guess.
We saw some in your collection. There is antiques car. So can you give us a little idea? What are the cars in your collections?
I still have the same car I bought when I graduated from high school, 1971 Firebird. I enjoy that. If I ever get the time to finish up the mechanics and the painting. But I don't know, I was always fascinated with fast cars. I guess a lot of my relation were into drag racing and fast cars.
So even you know how to fix cars?
Oh yeah, necessity. Build a number of engines, diesels, gas jobs. It's almost a necessity. When I'm only making a few bucks an hour, I can't afford to pay a mechanic $60, $70 an hour when I can do it myself. Pretty much, like I said, a necessity to do my own repairs. I'm also an expert welder, both gas and electric. And I just do what has to be done.
So, being a farmer, you are an auto mechanic and you are a welder.
Yeah.
So many things in your lifetime you achieved. There is anything that you not yet tell us that you know how to take care or you know how to do?
No, I think that about covers it, Rabbi. It's I don't know, I guess that's about it. My life story.
What makes
So-
you happy, Peter?
Good beer. I think Thomas Jefferson said that.
Yes.
Yeah. Wisest man that ever lived.
So your main business, or you actually being a farmer, you have a lot of cattle like cows, sheep and others, and you do milking. So with milk, do you have any idea that can really improve our milking industry? So can you say about that you never discuss or you never talk to anybody about that?
So much of the agricultural decline has been just bad business decisions from Washington. The importation of garbage, just bad business. Financing and I don't know, but the trade deals and all of that have adversely affected the dairy business. Like I said, they'll import all this stuff, powdered milk from China, powdered milk from Europe, and it competes with our products too. I don't feel that a lot of the imported products are even safe. But I guess time will tell. I'm also in the coat business.
Oh,
It was, I think the thing that started that was beer. My brother-in-law and his friend, Opu from Bangladesh, had the factory, and we thought maybe we'd open up a high-class women's store in Montrose. It's doing well, trying to get it established. It's been fun.
so now let's go. We talk about your personal views. Like, let's talk about music. What kind of music you like? Who is your favorite singer or musician?
I like the old dinosaurs, the Rolling Stones. I like Don Henley, Sting, I like just about anything, really. Even rap in moderation.
So I believe that when I went inside your house, I saw you have a lot of video collections, DVDs, CDs. So my understanding that you watch movies, you love to watch movies. So as of now, you watch a lot of movies. Which movies is really you love it and you like to frequent watch, and that's give you a big impact on you in your life?
I like the documentaries, the war pictures, maybe something like Midway, 12 O'Clock High, the older movies. I also like fiction, science fiction, Predator, The Running Man, all that stuff. Anything with Arnold in it, that gets my attention. I like Steven Seagal, too. He makes the wisecracks as you hear the bones breaking. So I think Steven Seagal's the man.
So you mentioned earlier Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Which one is the Terminator, or which film really you like? Here a couple of movies.
I like Predator. That was pretty good, and a lot of action stars in Predator. I kind of idolize Jesse Ventura. I think he was a wise man and definitely made his mark. I think maybe that's what's wrong with Washington today. They need a few more good old boys down there, not so many lawyers. It seems the politicians, they know what's right, they know what's wrong, and they know what they can get away with, and that's the problem. I think everybody's disgusted with Washington.
So who's your favorite singer?
Singer? Neil Young. I think he's probably my favorite.
And do you love to read books, novels, stories? Do you have anybody?
Not so much. I don't do too much reading. A lot of publication, farm magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Try to stay on top of the news events. All that doesn't seem to be too much good news out there. I do enjoy People magazine. You know, keep up on the newest stars and all that. But I enjoy that.
So we talk about actor. Any actress that you like or you admire?
Oh, there's so many. I like Perry Gilpin from a TV show, Frasier, and then Lauren Holly. I think she's pretty funny too. I don't know, there's so many stars.
And last, I'm just gonna ask you, could you tell us, being in a family, we see a lot of pictures in your house inside, that your parents, your siblings, you guys are together and you born and raised up in this place. Viewers, will show you Mr. Peter Kane's home, and you're gonna see that the interior is so nice, and you're gonna say it's a real home. And we'll find out that Miss Kane family is a really family oriented, very wonderful family. And Kane family has 3 kids, and Mr. Kane's father and mom, they raise up these 3 kids in a very nice manner, nice way. So born in such a beautiful family, what impacts bring on you to makes you today Mr. Peter Kane, being a successful business personality, a very renowned and famous farmer, and also you are a stone business person and you have a clothing business, so many things. And beside that, you are socially involved with so many social activities. So could you tell us, explain that, since you understand about the family values, what we learn from you, that you really emphasize on family values and you respect that. So just give us a little bit descriptions on that about the family values.
Yeah, I think that's maybe one of the biggest problems facing society today is the collapse of the family unit. I was raised right. At the time I went to elementary school, I didn't even know what a divorce was. I didn't understand it. You know, there was one girl in my class said that her mother's divorced, and I come home and asked my parents, what's divorce? Because, like I said, I didn't understand it. Very little, and now it just seems to be commonplace. It's a sign of the times, I guess. Everything's disposable. I guess marriage included, so. But I guess that's kind of the way I feel.
So, thank you, Mr. Peter Kane, and we wish you a very successful future, and at the same time good health and long life. We are looking forward to see more things that you can do and make a big difference for the United States of America.
Thank you so much. It's been informative. It's been real. So thank you so much.
Thank you.